along with Tom Larey and Josh Komnick. Jeff Benjamin back with you. Fourth quarter of action about to get started. Railers cut an 11-point deficit quickly down to 4 at 32-28. As we start the fourth quarter, Springfield will have the basketball. Nice double team by Coyne and Kirby. But Gilchrist gets out of it. Now over to Alexander.
Railers shoot 4 of 17 in the third quarter, Jeff.
Kramer, right corner three on the way is good.
The rally was fueled by 2 offensive rebounds. They put 5 points back off those offensive rebounds. One off of his free throw and one off of his shot.
So the Railers storm back. Kramer's three pushes it back out to a 7-point advantage. And a foul is going to be whistled. Finally, I think they got
they called Van Hook for the screen.
They got it on Christian. Thought they had called it down low as Jordan doing anything he can to try and get open tonight.
Well, the Railers down 7, and Springfield has the basketball here, and the Railers are going to have to play some really stout defense here.
Wiley into Alexander. Gilchrist, pull-up jumper just inside the top of the key. That's no good. Christian, this is it. Christian knocked Alexander out of bounds. Railers come out of there with it.
That was an interesting exchange. I said up front, these guys don't call many fouls, and they sure don't.
Nelson looks to make a move against Kramer. Kramer, back and forth. Nelson tries to go up with the left hand, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Springfield.
Yeah. It's got to be patient.
Yeah, and be aggressive. Yeah, too. You know, we've got to get to the basket and keep going at them. As closely as they're guarding, we've got to be able to get to the rim.
Yep, and back cuts, particularly.
Nelson looking to inbound, does so to Gesner. 6:50 to go. Railers down 7. Nathaniel, it's a nice move. Left hand left, missed it. Defended there by Wiley.
I don't know if Wiley got a piece of it. It kind of looked like it.
Alexander.
You don't want to let this thing get into 4 minutes this far, because Springfield will hold it. As quick as they are, we're going to have to foul them.
Van Hook and Shuford, interesting underneath battle. Now over to Alexander. 35-28. Springfield with the advantage, and they may be looking to let her out of it right now. Kramer.
They're doing.
Back on top to Gilchrist. Well, the Railers do have 16 fouls, so they could put them to the line anytime they wanted to. A little early for that, though. Wiley hands over to Alexander on the left side. Back out to Gilchrist. Now to Wiley. Works against Van Hook. And Christian with the foul down low.
Wiley's quick for 6'7".
But if you're going to foul somebody, you found the right guy.
Yeah. Has shot 2 free throws so far, I believe, and hasn't been close on either one of them. Yeah, we got to send him to the line.
That's the 17th foul, and unless they pull him.
They just don't play him. They go to some kind of delay.
6 minutes even to go. Railers down by 7. They've got the firepower to get back into it. Just a case of stopping Springfield. Wiley's free throw, no good. Van Hook there for the board.
It's only 3-possession game. The Railers just need, and they don't need to hurry. They just need to run the offense and get a look at 2 or 3.
Nathaniel, Jordan, over to Gesner. His 3 on the way. Got it wide open. Gesner needs to shoot.
He's not used to being the go-to, but Gesner needs to shoot.
Gesner with 13, and the Railers have cut it to 4 at 35-31.
Now, just play solid defense. You don't need to foul. Boy, Wiley gets wide underneath.
Kramer tries to answer and missed it. If you're Springfield, you don't need that shot. Nope. Railer fans will certainly take it. The Railers into the front court. The 5:22 mark. Nelson controlling on the dribble against Kramer. Tries to get a screen from Nathaniel. Right side, Gesner. Gesner trying to find Nathaniel down low. Now they get it to Nathaniel on the right side. Back on top to Gesner. Cuts down over to Nelson. Rises up for 3 from the left side. That's good.
And the Railers now 2 of 2 from 3-point land here before.
Just like that, the Railers at the 5-minute mark have cut it to just 1.
Sometimes when you slow your pace, you goof yourself up, and I think Springfield may have done that here. But now the Railers need to make a pay. We need to stop and get a lead.
Kramer working over to Gilchrist. Top of the key. Bounces to Alexander. Rises up now back to Gilchrist. Top of the key working against Gesner. Down the lane. Little scoop shot off the glass. Hangs. Doesn't go down. Ball loose. Gesner tracks it down. Ball loose. Oh, it's still loose. Kramer comes out of there with it. 2-on-2. Gilchrist looks to make a move against Smitty. And steps are going to be called against Gilchrist. Turnover. Back to the Railers.
Yeah, it looks like Southeast was a little bit in a hurry right there. I thought did a good job by the Railers of battling for the board. But, yeah, Springfield get
a little bit quick.
Yeah, they are, Josh. And again, now we can understand that officials aren't going to call much on the boards. So you need to start banging people. The Railers need to be smart about it. It's not going to get called, so bang people because you're getting banged. But here again, the Railers just need to run the offense, get a look.
And then a foul is going to be whistled as they tried to get it to Van Hook. And I think they get that one on Wiley. And for Willie, that will be his third.
Coach Al coaching hard over there, Jeff. He's got enough to say to every single Railer. Gessner's hot. Jordan doesn't do real well at getting his own shot, but boy, you get him a look, he'll knock down that three.
Nelson rises up, three on the way, and on the left it up very short.
Not a good shot. Not just because he missed it, but it was a turnaround with somebody hanging in his face.
And halfway through the fourth,
Gilcrease hooked him and no call. They're going to call it on the Railers.
Coach Alexander not happy about that call against Jordan Gessner.
When you watch the replay at WLCNonline.com, we've got a great camera here. You're going to watch Gilcrease hook him.
So Gilcrease will go at the line. 3:57 to go. Gessner now has picked up his fourth foul.
He's got some hands. He just fouled that basketball.
Free throw. That's, going to rattle good.
Doesn't mean anything. The next one will do something. Yeah, we've got a box out here, too. Van Hook is giving a little size underneath, and they got to do a good job of boxing him out. Kirby's got to help him pinch, too, and know who the shooter is, because Gilchrist is a smart basketball player, and we'll go for the rebound from there.
I could do that with a Nerf ball, but that's about it. No good. Gessner on the board. So the Railers with a chance to tie, take the lead with a long one, but just a good shot on a good possession is what they need right now.
Yep, whether it goes in or not, a good shot's what matters. Gessner has to be careful with 4 fouls.
Nathaniel, left side high. Wow, play to Christian. Christian with the catch. Christian with control. Gets it back out to Nelson. Firing off a long three. It's on the way. Rattled in and out. No good. Wiley battles Nathaniel, and Wiley comes out with the rebound for Springfield. Gilcrease. Corner. Kramer. Found it. Oh, in and out. No good. Wiley there for the board. Tipped around. Gessner with a rebound. Players all over the court.
There's got a break there. A good job of Van Hook contesting that rebound.
Nelson. Nathaniel's going to drive the basket. Got bumped. Wow.
He's going to shoot,
and they're going to say it on the floor, so before the shot.
Again, good things happen when Nathaniel takes it to the hoop. Yeah, getting pretty aggressive now, too. The defense for the Senators have picked up, and the Railers know we got to do it now with only 3:15 left in the game. Again, 3:15 in a high school basketball game is an eternity, but Railers need to run the offense here. Let's get a look.
Nathaniel in, turns, has his shot blocked. He's going to go to the line shooting too. And you guys talked about it. Don't be afraid to get your shot blocked because something's going to happen, and it's usually good.
And that's exactly what happened there. He took it right into the big kid. I don't know who they called it on. Gosh, they call it Gilcrease.
Got that on Schufer.
But good things happen. We need Nathaniel to knock down a couple free throws here. See if Springfield plays how loose they play when this thing's tied.
Well, up and good.
And the shot block does one thing too. It creates a foul, but the next time, now I remember as an offensive player that hey, he went up in the air. Now all I got to do is pump fake. He's up in the air. I either go into him or I got an easy layup. So it gives you a whole lot of things to do, especially when you're close to the basket. And as we've seen, when you go to block a shot, sometimes you leave yourself open for an offensive rebound.
Nathaniel missing the seconds, so still down by one. Lincoln 36-35. We're down to the 3-minute mark.
There's a little distance. There he goes. Turnover. Oh, he traveled.
And the ball lost out of bounds. Last touch by the Railers.
And he jumped. Gilcrease had possession of the ball and he jumped.
Oh well. And Coach Matt Reed for Springfield saying that the reason he was moving is because the Railers were pushing it.
Yes, they were. Track it.
Kramer down low to Wiley against Nathaniel. Double team comes from Van Hook. Great play at the end. Nelson comes down with it.
Great defense by Nathaniel. He hung right in on him. He wouldn't give any ground at all.
2:40 to go. Springfield 36, Lincoln 35.
Railers thinking about holding it.
Nelson around the Van Hook screen. Jordan's going to drive in, kicks it over to Nathaniel in the right corner.
Jordan. It's not double dribble. He dropped the ball.
That drone you heard was the Springfield officiating class. Gessner had it good. Gessner, three for the lead. Yes!
Gessner's got to not be afraid to shoot the ball. He is on fire tonight.
2:15 to go. Timeout taken by the Railers. We will keep it here. Gessner now with a career-high 16 points on the night. None may be bigger than that one, as the Railers have gone back out in front 38-36.
And they did it off the defensive end, and you know what? They've started running the offense. And when they run the offense, they get luck. And, credit Springfield, they tried to slow it down a little bit, kill some time, which is what I would have done as a coach, but it may have backfired because it sure took them out of their rhythm. Well, and too, Springfield does a good job of help defense, and that's what Jordan did right there. Jordan Nelson penetrates in and leaves Gessner wide open, kicks it out there. So many things happen when you're being aggressive to the basket. Not only can you get a layup or a foul, but you can kick out for our shooters, which he found the right man. Yeah, we have shooters, and that's the key. If Nelson draws coverage and Smith draws coverage, somebody's got to be open. I have yet to see a high school team with 5 great defenders. Somebody can get open, and when somebody's open, they got to hit the bucket.
So after the Lincoln timeout, down to 2:10 to go. Lincoln back on top, 38-36. Kramer down the lane goes against Van Hook with the left hand. That's no good. Ball loose, and we're going to have a foul up. They're going to say Wiley was touching the ball while he was laying out of bounds. So quick shot by Springfield doesn't go down. Railers do a nice job on the boards. Lincoln possession, 2:03 to go, and up 2.
Wow, is it physical? Yeah, it's very physical. Wiley, we undercut Wiley, but he also jumped back, so the foul could have gone either way. And in that case, he's just so long, he stepped out of bounds. Don't run away from him. Don't run away from him.
Looking to inbound, gets it out to Nelson.
I don't know, Railers don't try to hold it, Jeff.
Springfield with only 5 team fouls, so they can be a little aggressive here this time down without sending the Railers to the line. Ball kicked out of bounds by Springfield, so it'll stay with the Railers inbounding near sideline.
Yeah, the problem with holding it now is Springfield will just extend that defense. It's really hard to hold the ball for a minute 50. It is on a pressure defensive team, especially a team as quick as Springfield. So, but you're going to slow it and look back door. You're going to spread the floor, look for cuts, back cuts. They'll probably run a little bit of weave at some point.
Gessner over to Nathaniel Smith, working against Gilcrease.
Boy, Gilcrease is quick. Nathaniel's doing a nice job. Doesn't turn it over on the dribble against that kid.
Or the dribble. Kirby hands off to Nathaniel. 1:20 to go. Rayler leads still at 2. Gessner between the circles. Backs the dribble near the timeline. Now to Kirby.
Springfield content to wait for a Rayler turnover.
Kirby picked up his dribble. Still got timeouts if you need him. Gets it out to Gessner.
Gessner's got a matchup against Schubert at 6'3". Gessner should be able to get to the hoop against him.
30-second timeout taken by the Railers, and I think judging by who jumped to the scores table, I think Coach Alexander called that for the sole purpose of getting Grant Coyne back in the game.
Well, experience, ball handling, you got to have a guy in there. Yeah, and free throw shooting too. They're going to come now. Springfield's really going to come hard at us. We got to really protect the ball. Remember one thing, guys. We've got 2 timeouts left. Yes, 2 timeouts left. Anytime we get in trouble, we got to call a timeout now. You don't hold them now.
And the other important thing when you're watching all the other telecasts, you notice where they do the reset, arrows pointing our way in a held ball.
So that's a help. But yeah, we're going to have to make free throws. This is what this game's going to come down to. They're going to pile us. We're going to go all line. We're going to have to make free throws.
And so far tonight, 1 of 3 from the line.
And then defensively, we need to pack it inside. If Gilchrist hasn't hit a 3 all night, in fact, I have them 1 for 9 shooting threes. So let them rain the ball down from 3-point land. If they make it, you lose. That's how that thing works.
So the Railers to inbound, under a minute to go. Still hanging on to a 2-point advantage. And a quick foul is going to be whistled on Schubert. That'll be his 3rd.
Yeah, I think they foul maybe one more time. They play defense maybe for another 20 seconds to 30 seconds. If they haven't got a steal, then they got to go and start fouling. I don't know what Coach Allen was doing. He made Kirby come off the out of bounds and out to the corner. He's waiting for our guys to get set.
Yep. Nelson over to Nathaniel. Down to 50 seconds. Lincoln up by 2. Gessner at the timeline, and Jordan Gessner will go to the line shooting free throws. Another foul by Schubert. That'll be his 4th. Gessner comes in just a 50% free throw shooter on the season. That's only on 8 attempts.
Yeah, Schubert and Gessner, that's an interesting matchup. I think Gessner should try backdooring him frequently here. Pulling somebody should pull 2 defenders if they see somebody breaking free to the hoop.
Gessner with a career high 16. He hit a big 3 to put the Railers up at 2:15. Can hit some free throws to extend this lead. First free throw up and good.
You also wonder if Springfield's going to get small here. Maybe not on the offensive end, but certainly on the defensive end. Yeah, we've only got one guy on the free throw line. Kirby's got to get up there and be a rebounder. You never know when a long rebound can come and just pop into your hand.
That's how we got the last three that we took was off of a deep rebound on a free throw.
Springfield takes a timeout. 39-36, 48 seconds to go. Gesner will be at the line shooting the second of two free throws. Of course, shooting one in bonus, the first one is always important, so you get that second one. Putting this one makes it a two-possession game.
That's the key, and that's what you want. You want to put Springfield in a position where they have to shoot threes because they're really not a very good three-point shooting basketball team.
Really, the only guys we've seen shoot it have been Kramer and Gilchrist, and Gilchrist has not made any. But you remember last year, I believe he was on fire from three here last year, and good thing he hasn't been so far. But a guy with his ability can definitely do it here. But you can't foul either. Just saying, hopefully we make this free throw. We got to play strong defense. You know Gilchrist is going to go after the basket because we're in foul trouble as far as 18 fouls, so they're in the bonus, and we got to get the rebound.
And in any shot, Larey's going to crush the board.
Yeah, Larry's going to crush the boards hard.
Well, we got two senior experience back in the backcourt. One of them has got to make sure, hey, somebody's got to put a body on Wiley and get him out.
That's right. And Smith did a tremendous job here just a bit ago in a sequence. Wiley had him one-on-one. Smitty didn't have any help at all. And, he bellied up to him, and he held his ground short.
Gesner's free throw got the home roll.
Wow, that's a big shot. Springfield's going to hurry. The Railers need to, like I said, pack it in.
Railers up 40-36, 40 seconds to go. Alexander over to Gilchrist. Gilchrist rises, three on the way. He drills it.
Big-time shooters score. Big-time scorers score when they need it. Gilchrist has clanked every three all night. Conley steps up and drops one.
Yeah, they screen on Wings and Kirby, and at that point you just can't get screened. You got to find anything you can to get around that screen because we just left a wide open shooter by just a simple screen, and that can't happen.
Nope, and that's exactly what did happen. And so as fast as the Railers build four, they lose three of them. So there'll be a lot of pressure on the inbounds, and the Railers going to probably look for Nelson to go along, but can't. The last time it happened, everybody ran away from the inbounder, so we got to be careful with that. Got to give an outlet.
And get your free throw shooters the ball too. Here's a situation where you want Nelson or Smith or Smitty taking the ball out, so he's kind of out of the equation here. But you got to find a way to get it to Jordan. Set solid screens. Don't move on your screens because we can't have a careless foul like that. But last time the home run was open. But remember, guys, Kramer was their star receiver on a football team in 6A that was went to the playoffs, deep into the playoffs. He was their receiver. He definitely got closing speed to close in on the long pass.
Yeah, he sure does. And then Wiley's going to be back there as well, so you probably drive right in the loop and then bring him back out. Time is your ally.
Nathaniel looks to inbound, and then he's going to cost something here. That foul's going to be whistled on Gilchrist as he was holding coin. Well, we'll take it. No time running off the clock.
I called it all night, but we'll take it.
And I'm not an official, but I don't like that call where you can foul with no time coming off the clock. All it does is benefit the defense. The offense gets nothing out of it. To me, that's an intentional foul.
40 seconds left. I'm not sure you call it at all. Haven't called it all night. Why guard now?
Gesner back at the line.
Anyway, come on, Jordan.
Career high 18 so far. Free throw on the way. Nope. Off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound by Gilchrist. Springfield with a chance. Down by one. 30 seconds. They kick it over to Wiley. Wiley. And so it goes in. And he's fouled by Coin. Not the play you wanted there.
Plenty of time. 30 seconds. 29-2.
Here's the interesting thing. They were down one. You always hear about this. They wanted to get their first good shot. Getting it to Wiley, they did. Maybe they scored too fast because Springfield. Wiley's free throw rattles off. A good ball tipped out to Nelson. Nelson on the right side, and a foul is going to be whistled on Gilchrist, so Jordan will go to the line with 25 seconds to go.
I don't get how you can call that. I just don't. Gosh, a good official, you just cannot change what you're calling. You can call that or you don't. So I don't think that's fair to Gilchrist, but we'll take it. And Nelson goes to the line. Plenty of time, 24-9. There's going to be 4 or 5 more possessions.
Van Hook back in for probably for rebounding or defensive.
Did he foul out?
No. The fourth foul on Gilchrist. Nelson's free throw on the way. Got it.
There you go. I agree with Josh. I don't understand why we don't have 2 people on the way. All the rebounds have been long.
We are tied at 41, 24.9. Jordan Nelson's free throw. Lincoln back on top, 42-41.
Play some defense here. Now we got to know where Gilcrease is because you know they're going to look for him to get a three.
Down to 15.
Well, Wiley inside. Smitty's got to know where he is.
Down to 13. Whalers on top by one. Gilcrease is going to drive in. Throws it up and it's good. Timeout. Daniel. Oh, not going to do it back in. Nelson brings it across half court. Had it knocked away. His lost touch. Stolen away. And Springfield is going to win. Springfield comes into Lincoln and knocks off the Railers 43-42. Gilcrease hits the shot towards the end. The Railers do not call a timeout. They look to inbound and they do not even get a shot off the basket. The Railers fall at home 43-42. The Railers fall to 12-2 on the season. Lose their first in conference, go to 3-1. Springfield improves to 6-7. They're now leading conference play at 2-2. Railers made a game of it, but they fall short. With Springfield 43, Lincoln 42. We'll be back in the post game in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.